Has anybody seen Brother Weeze? Brother Weeze, are you out there? Okay. At this time, I'd like to turn the program over to our good friend, a Gates resident, one of our own from YNN, Mike Dean. Thanks a lot, Mark. Good evening, everyone. Happy 200th anniversary and birthday to the town of Gates. All right, it was a great day today at the parade. The weather held up and everybody had a great time. And then coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to rock and roll with Lou Graham. And then we'll end up around 10 o'clock with a fantastic fireworks display. Yeah. All right now I'd like to take a couple of minutes to acknowledge those that made tonight's event possible, beginning with our Bicentennial Committee, Rhoda Ride, Paul Blackburn, Mike Leone, David DeCaro, Bill Gillette, Judy DeRoy, Laura Nolan, Bev Magliocco, Sue Swanton, Noel Shea, John Robertella, Elsie Glenn Denning, Walt Morey, Steve Shanker, Mary Jo Smith, Heidi Young, Brenda Ross, Jim Worth, and Cheryl Holland. Thank you all very much. Also a big thank you to our Recreation Commission and Recreation Department for organizing the celebration. Commissioner Steve Murphy, Greg Westbrook, Rob Keister, John Unson, Bram Bianchi, Eileen Andrews, and Chairwoman Rhoda Ride. Our Recreation and Parks Director, Linda Fowler, and her entire staff for their efforts to make this a very successful event. Hosting this event is the Gates Child School District, home of the Mighty Spartans. Thank you to the Board of Education and all the staff, and a special thank you to our friend, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Mark Davey. And thanks to our Gates Fire Department and Fire Commission, as well as the Gates Volunteer Ambulance and our Gates Police for making sure this is a safe event. And thanks to the sponsors that make this all possible. Wegmans, Warm 101.3, 95.1 The Brew, Senator Joe Roebuck, Rochester Tech Park, Galena Development, Shapiro and DeCaro, First Niagara Bank, Jeremiah's 2, Metallico, Quaker Steak and Lube, LaChase Construction, Dolomite, Delta House, and DePonzio Funeral Home. Thank you all very much for your generosity. All right. Now I'd like to introduce Linda Olivas and Jerry Indovina of Wegmans. They're our main sponsors, to say a few words. We're so proud to have Wegmans as our sponsor tonight.
All right. Thank you, Danny.
I think you got to use this thing.
Hi, Gates community. As representatives of Wegmans, we're proud to be a part of your community for so many years, and we thank you for your loyal patronage. Congratulations on your 200th anniversary.
All right.
As our main sponsor, Wegmans has contributed This is going to be tough to cash. I don't know how we're going to do this. For $5,000. Thank you, Wegmans.
Right.
All right, now I'd like to introduce the members of the Gatestown Board. Frank Alcoffer, Chris DePonzio, Elaine Tett, and Richard Warner, who supported and authorized this event on behalf of the residents of Gates. Some other very special people here tonight to help us celebrate: Gatestown Justice, Sal Valeriana, and Peter Pupatelli. I love Mike, but he has a hard time with those Italian names. And if you live Italian here, but we love you. Sam Valeriani. Sorry, Sam. Our county legislators, Steve Tucciarello, Tony Mikashi, and John Lightfoot. Shiloh Town Supervisor David Dunning. Family Court Judge and Gates Shiloh graduate Dandria Ruhlman. Is Cheryl Denolfo here?
Oh, you're Denise too? Oh, okay.
All right, Cheryl was in the parade, as was Sheriff Patrick O'Flynn. And one of our sponsors for this evening, Senator Joe Robach, is here to say a few words.
Thanks, everybody. I hope you're all having a great time. We're really looking forward to Lou Graham, but I want to really say, too, in the parade, the Gates Child High School Marching Band was awesome. We should give them a big hand. And Gates' own Tony Infantino and his band was great, too. We should give them a hand as well. And last but not least, happy to not only sponsor this event, but to have the honor and privilege of representing Gates in the state legislature. And more than your great history, what makes Gates great is the great people, all of you out there. So enjoy the show. Keep on rocking.
All right, thank you, Senator Robach. Also here with us tonight, Monroe County Executive Maggie Brooks. And I would like to call on Congresswoman Louise Slaughter with a bicentennial presentation.
Good evening. I am so glad to be here this evening. First, I want to welcome Lou Graham home. How nice to have him here. And it is a great pleasure for me to be here with Supervisor Marcassini and the town board and all the wonderful people. I believe every person who lives in Gates is here this evening. I'm extremely grateful myself to be able to represent the 24,000 of you who live here, 28,000 actually. But like so many other hamlets and villages and towns that dot this American landscape, Gates started with very humble beginnings. It has charted the path to prosperity over these past 200 years and carved a significant place in American history. As you know, it was the home of that great suffragette, Susan B. Anthony, when she first came to the county. And Susan first who advanced the rights for women's suffrage. The town of Gates also plays a role in the long battle for civil rights as the abolitionists led by Frederick Douglass gathered within town limits to advance the cause of freedom and equality in the United States. And from this great history, Gates has gone on to be one of the more important places. I was last here a couple of months ago, and one of the most significant things that I've done since I've been in Congress. And that was to meet with the middle school and thank them for the $9,000 that they had raised for Honor Flight. It was a most remarkable achievement, and as I looked at this great complex, I know that Gates is a town that loves his children. So congratulations to you. I know that with this great town board and all these elected officials here, we are well poised here to have Gates to survive and prosper for at least 200 more years. Thank you so much for letting me be with you. And I want to present to Supervisor Marcassini a congressional record statement which will be in the records of the Congress of the United States, praising Gates and thanking you for eternity. Thank you so much.
Back to Mike. All right, I'd like to introduce or mention, I don't know if they're all here, but mention some famous people, I guess you could call them, with roots in Gates, such as Ginny Ryan from Wham 13. Marianne Seark of 95.1 The Brew, who works with Wheeze. Tony Infantino from Warm 101.3, and his band was just up here moments ago. And Elvio Fernandez from the band Daughtry. All right, our parade marshals this afternoon were Ralph Esposito, the longest-serving supervisor in Gates history. Bill Elser and his family ran a popular campground and picnic area in Gates known as Elser's Grove and served Gates in a number of capacities. Sister Diane Dolce, one of the more dynamic forces in education, picked Gates for the location of the school appropriately called Hope Hall. And finally, retired Councilwoman Betty DePonzio, who left her stamp on Gates government, breaking the glass ceiling for women in politics. She and her husband Dominic have two sons that are officials in the towns of Brighton and Gates, and one a Democrat and one a Republican. How about that?
Be there on Sunday dinner.
Move along now.
All right. All right, our next individuals with roots Gates have a national reputation for excellence. Each will be honored tonight as our Gates Bicentennial Hometown Heroes. To present these proclamations to, first of all, Judge Michael Teleska, who isn't here tonight, but the award will be presented to Ralph Esposito in Judge Teleska's honor by County Executive Maggie Brooks.
Well, thank you, Mike, and good evening, everybody, and happy 200th birthday to the town of Gates. I was just talking to the supervisor. I think you are the third oldest town in Monroe County, and as he always reminds me, you are the geographic center of Monroe County. And as we all know, it was mentioned earlier by our senator that the quality of any town, life in any town is only as good as the quality of its people. And the town of Gates has been blessed to have amazing hometown heroes that they can boast about that put us on the map in a significant way. One of those is Judge Michael Teleska. Judge Teleska is one of the most respected jurists, not only in New York State, but all across this country. And we are so very, very proud to claim him in Monroe County and the town of Gates. So I have a proclamation which I will present to Supervisor Ralph Esposito. The town of Gates congratulates Michael Teleska for his success in the legal profession, which has culminated with the town's first and only federal court judge. Gates is proud to claim you as a hometown hero, and it's signed by the Supervisor Marcassini.
Just a brief word on behalf of the judge. He's moving a little slowly these days, and he asked me to come over and say a few words on his behalf and to remind all of you how proud he is to be a resident of this town. He loves this community. He says he's going to die in this community 30 or 40 or 50 years from now, but the time is going to come. He's never going to leave this community. He also asked me to go out and thank each and every one of you individually. It may take me a little time, so be prepared. Thank you.
Our next proclamation will be presented to former Rochester Red Wing player, manager, general manager, radio announcer, and the last man to manage the Baltimore Orioles to a World Series championship, Joe Altobelli. Once again, thank you, boys.
I hate to steal the mic, but
All right.
Joe, I have a confession to make. Joe asked, did you know my daughter? Did you go to school with my daughter, Jackie, who's a wonderful lady? Yes, and I want to confess now, we did date for a little while, so I hope that doesn't make you think any different of me.
Okay, now is when I take back the microphone. I have to admit, Mr. Baseball, I have to admit, I asked if I could do this proclamation tonight because I am such a huge fan. And anybody who's lived here for more than a week knows that baseball is in our DNA in the town of Gates, in Rochester, and Monroe County. And that's because of a lot of your contribution. So, Joe Altobelli, we're so proud to have you here tonight as one of Gates' hometown heroes, and I have a special proclamation for you. I have to put my glasses on. The town of Gates congratulates Joe Altobelli for his success in Major League Baseball as a player and as manager of the Baltimore Orioles, winning the 1983 World Series. Gates is proud to claim you as a hometown hero. We love you, Mr. Baseball.
Let's go.
Thank you. I'm not a stranger to these parts. My children went to school here. I wish I had gone to school here, but I was in baseball and I moved to this town in 1965, and it was the best move I ever made. I think it brought me luck. There's no doubt about it, and I hope that all of you will come to some of our games, because I'm still going to ball games in the city, and we're home on the 1st of July. If you want to come down and see me, I'll be glad to sign you an autograph for you, or whatever the heck you want. You're my kind of town. I love all of you, and thank you, Mr. Assini, for inviting me, and I won't miss it, except that I know it's 200 years, but I can only make 100, I think. That's about it. So I'll see you. Have a good time.
Let's go.
One quick announcement before we begin what you're here for. Lou Graham, I'm going to have our Monroe County legislator, our majority leader, Steve Tucciarelli. He has a quick announcement here.
Well, thank you very much. It's a glorious day to be at the Gates 200 celebration. I'm a member of the Gates Lions Club, and the Gates Lions Club is selling Bicentennial merchandise. This one here is modeled by Councilman Frank Elkoffer, and you can buy these t-shirts, glasses, and mugs at the big tent on that side. So support your Gates Lions. They do wonderful work. Thank you very much. Great to see all my friends here tonight.
All right, our last guest that we're going to introduce tonight is no stranger to anybody. Brother Weeze from 95.1 The Brew. Now, Weeze is a man with a big heart, helping children through Weeze Cares, an advocate for veterans, and an incredible passion man, has an incredible passion for music. Here he is, everybody's brother from another mother, Brother Weeze.
All right, who wants to hear some more speeches? About another half hour. I'm kidding you. God bless you, Gates. It's Tony Infantino. We all know who number one from this joint is. One thing I gotta say, whole bunch of politicians up here. Louise, you all right, honey? You're looking good over there. I was worried about Louise walking across the friggin' stage here. Megan Brooks. A lot of politicians up here. There's only one politician on this stage that doesn't look like a politician. That handsome friggin', man, that Marcassini looks like from Playgirl or something. I know a lot of chicks from Gates got something for Marcassini. You guys got it. You know what passed last week? Anyways. Lou, Brother Lou, can you come out? Let me read this. Ladies and gentlemen, Lou Graham, homeboy, Robin, Lou, the town of Gates certifies that Lou Graham is a rock legend, composing albums such as Foreigner 4 and spending more weeks, check this out, Gates, Foreigner 4 spent more weeks at #1 than any album by AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, U2, The Who, The Rolling Stones, Eric Clapton, or any artist in the world record's 60-year history. Gates is very proud to proclaim Lou Graham a hometown hero.
I'd like to thank everyone for this wonderful award. I've got a place right over my fireplace that is going to be hanging real soon. Town of Gates was the I lived there in the years that my formative years, and I blame the town of Gates for the way I turned out, actually. But no, really, I learned a lot from living here, and the depth of character and how it was for real middle class people to work and carve a home and family for themselves, and I just feel that this is the salt of the earth right here, the town of Gates. I love it, and I always will.
Guitar player. He used to be in John Cook's band. He was a good dude. He was a cool guy.
Just one more second here, guys. This is in real time, so just be patient. We're going to clear the chairs, escort our guests off, and the show will start shortly. I don't know if Brother Weeze wants to sing or tell a joke, or... Weeze, this is your crowd now, bro.
Couple minutes, kids. A couple other celebrities in the audience. Look at Snoozer up here, invented the mullet. Look at his mullet. The mullet right there, invented in Gates Childline by Snoozer right there. Also invented 80s rock and roll music. And if you look at him, you know he's still in 1982. Warm up the joint over here. Mark the Soldier, country music fan over here. Plenty of celebrities. So get ready, kids. You all know that Lou's had a great couple of weeks.